Welcome to the video. In this one, I want to break down how I stole Alex Hormozy's ads and how you can steal your competitors' ads, and it's all ethical and it's all legal. So, first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to go across to the Facebook ad library or the meta ad library. So, just search meta ad library, follow the link. You're going to come to a page like this. You want to select the country that you're looking to find competitors in. So, and there's two ways of doing this. I'm going to show you first of all, to find a account that you know is out there, right? So, for example, let's search Alex Hormozy. I know for a fact he's running ads. I've selected all countries because I want to see the ads he's running in the US. I'm in Australia, so I might not see all of his ads. So I've just selected all countries so we can see that. Then what we can do is we can literally just scroll through and see all the ads he's running. And what I like to do is I like to look at the date they've been running since, right? And sometimes there's variations, and sometimes these ads have been running for a while and they've just updated them. But if you scroll down to the bottom, you can find some of the older ads that have been running a little longer, like 7th of March, all the way down to the bottom. We've got some, beginning of March, which, it's beginning of May now, so that doesn't seem like a lot of time, but he's spending a lot of money. And so that kind of shows you, like, if you're running an ad at a high budget for that period of time, it's doing well. And you can kind of see different styles of ads he's running. When you have a brief scroll through, you can see that the majority of the videos he's running or the creative he's running are talking head videos. And then outside of that, he's using these text overlay. If we go on see ad details, using these text overlay kind of Twitter style or X style carousels. And that's pretty much all the creative they're running right now. If you scroll through, they're all either talking head videos or the Twitter style creatives. And like, if you want to go really kind of into the weeds, you can like unmute and look at videos, like pay attention to the video lengths. This one's half a minute, this one's a minute and a half, this one's 45 seconds, a minute, 45 seconds. So they're all short and snappy. That's something to pay attention to. You can look at the different styles. You can look at what he's saying. You can look at the ad copy, right? So the ad copy on all of these is very, very short and direct. Now, I imagine the reason for this is because the main lifting in these ads is done by the video. They want you to watch the video. And so the ad copy is short and straight to the point, right? The ad copy literally just tells you what the ad is or what they're advertising. We're hosting a private session at acquisition.com's Las Vegas headquarters to show entrepreneurs the exact methods we use to scale businesses. Want to be in the room, click below. Like, that is super, like, straight to the point. And the videos are just covering loads of different things. There's an AI video, which is interesting. That gets attention. Quite a few seem to be AI. Some of them are very direct. Like, if you are a business owner doing $1 million a month, these are very direct ads. He talks about these style ads in his $100 million book. Then there's some more casual kind of talking ones. He's got these kind of like UGC style ones, full body. And there's also some kind of podcast clips as well. They're all going to the same place. They're all advertising the same thing, which is his events at his headquarters in Las Vegas. So when you click the link, you can kind of see what's being advertised here. It's just a picture of him on stage. So you can kind of see, like, oh, I'm buying a ticket to go and watch him talk live. And then you can book a course, an application funnel. So, you don't buy on the page. As far as I'm aware, it's $5,000. They might have increased the price, but it's basically an application form. And then you can kind of see like a bit more about the process, the details, where it is, what's going on, and then a load of FAQs. So this is basically a application funnel, and he's running loads of different ads. Now, that's just one specific situation. This whole process isn't about Alex Hormozy. I'm just using that as an example. And you can do it on individual accounts are already running ads. But let's say, for example, you're not too sure and you just want to have a rough idea of like competitors in your space. Let's say you're in the chiropractic niche. Like, we have a client who works with chiropractors, and we might just search chiropractic and see what comes up. And there'll be usually is like thousands of ads for these. 30,000 results. So it's, there's a lot of different ads you can kind of see here. And it's a good way of just getting inspiration. So this is like a minute long video, somebody talking through I'm not even talking through, it's just showing the process. Like that's not an amazing ad to be honest, but it's different ones. Business connections, $25 new patient special. Like this ad doesn't look very good to be honest, but like you can get some inspiration from some of this stuff. Maybe for me, I'm looking at like marketing agencies. So marketing agency, let's see what comes up. All right, Sabri Subri. So he's a big guy in the space. I see a lot of his ads. I might want to go a bit further into kind of seeing what other ads he's running. So what I do is I just hover over his name and click view ads. And now I'm going to see Sabri Subri's ads. So a lot of long form copy, like I've seen and studied a lot of his ads over the years and bought some stuff from him in the past. Uses a combination of creatives, images, talking head videos. Like this is a full video sales letter he's uploaded as an ad. It's 15 minutes or nearly 16 minutes long, which is interesting. And he's got these kind of like viral style ads that are like 4 minutes, shorter, like some shoots he's done. He's got some, images. Like this is really basic, him holding a $50 note. It's a long form ad copy, and then all going to the same page, which is to buy his book and go into his sales funnel. So you can do this with any of your competitors. And the whole point of this isn't to just go and copy and paste their ads, right? However, what you can do is let's say there's a few different ads that you're interested in and you're like, you want to study some of this copy. Maybe you want to study, didn't mean to do that. You want to copy, go across to ChatGPT or Claude, whatever AI you're using, paste it in, and then before you hit go, just say, can you assess this ad copy for Meta and break down the core components that make it effective? Right. And you could upload multiple ads, but I'm just doing it for this example. I know he's been running these ads for a long time, spent a lot of money behind these. Like I know for a fact these are doing well, so that's why I'm using this as an example. Personalization and contextual relevance, high value framing via discount anchoring, so that's really important. Scarcity and urgency, big specific promises, stats offer with clear deliverables, one-time offer framing, conversational tone, mental shortcuts, PS section. Cool. So it's got everything there for me to understand this. Would you like me to turn this breakdown into a checklist or swipe file template you can reuse in your own Meta ad funnels? That's a really good prompt from ChatGPT. But what I'm actually going to do is, can you use the above framework to write me an ad promoting my Instagram ads playbook for online coaches, consultants, and agency owners. The price is $4.97 USD. Your $3,000 plus shortcut to high ticket client acquisition for just $4.97. So just reading this actually flows pretty well. And ChatGPT is already trained to my voice because I've been using it for a while. I've got the paid version. But like you can play about with the prompts for this. If you're a coach, consultant, agency owner who's serious about using Instagram ads to grow your business, then I've got a wild offer for you. So thank you for being part of my community. This isn't relevant, so this is where you want to go through and tweak it. And because I know how frustrating it is to spend money on ads that don't convert, I'm giving you access to my Instagram ads playbook for $4.97. So yeah, like this, for example, is the language doesn't make sense if this is going to cold traffic, right? So thank you for being part of my community. If somebody's seeing this ad for the first time, they've never heard of me, that doesn't make sense. So we want to remove that. But the rest of this is good, right? You could just delete this section and carry on from there. This isn't some recycled ebook or how-to fluff. This is the same battle-tested playbook I've used to help over 600 coaches generate consistent leads. It knows some of this data just from past stuff I've given it, so I've inputted this before, without relying on organic content or DMs. In fact, the strategies inside are pulled straight from campaigns that would cost $3,000 plus to implement. Our prices are a lot more than that, so I'd want to tweak that. but you won't pay anywhere near that, just $4.97. No subscriptions, no upsell traps, no bullshit. We actually do have some upsells, so I would remove that. But no subscriptions and no bullshit, that's right. Just the proven frameworks, ad templates, hooks, retargeting breakdowns, and funnel strategy that's helped coaches go from stuck at 5K a month to scaling beyond 30K a month. Again, a lot of our clients are doing bigger numbers than this, so I'd tweak that. But here's the catch: this playbook is only available. I would remove this, right? Like, I don't like fake scarcity. This isn't just available for 72 hours, so I would remove this line. Once the timer hits 0, the offer's gone, no replays, no second chances. Again, fake scarcity, I'd remove that. So if you're tired of guessing what ad to run, what funnel to use, or why your leads aren't converting, that's really good. And you want to install a system that predictably books qualified calls and gets clients without needing a massive following or a full-time content schedule, click the link below and grab the playbook below. Click the link below and grab the payment now. Okay. Yeah. So my point here is it's created a really good framework from the input from the other ads that I've stolen, but you just want to go back and tweak it. So it doesn't know all the details that I want to put in here. So for example, let's remove the time scarcity. This is for people who have never heard of me, so not in my community. And we also want to say our prices are normally 10K plus, and we've generated over $35 million for our clients. Let's see what it comes out with. You don't need a big following to get high ticket clients from Instagram ads. Hey, I'm Hugh. If you're a coach, consultant, agency owner who's ready to scale, but your current strategy is stuck in wait and hope mode, I got something that will change the way you think about Instagram ads forever. It's called the Instagram ads playbook. This isn't some theory or recycled lead gen tactic. It's the exact same framework we've used for our clients to generate over 25 million. Weird, it said 25. I don't know if I made a typo there. I did. I meant to say 35. Okay. Sometimes it does make mistakes though. So I need to update that to 35. That's fine. Without spending 10K a month testing what might work. Instead, you'll get proven ad templates that stop the scroll, high converting funnel structure, breakdown or retargeting, simple creative strategies. Cool. We typically charge 10,000 plus to install these systems for clients. I like actually having that in that because it pre-frames it for the back end. Like if anyone does work with us, like we do charge that. So, I want to have that up front, to be honest. For $4.97, you can plug into the exact playbook we use to scale on coaching consultant businesses. Not about getting more leads. It's about attracting the right ones, qualified, pre-sold, ready to buy. Grab your copy. Cool. I am actually going to use this. So this is really good ad copy. Other than the 25 million, I need to update to 35 million. That's good to go. All right. So what I do is I go into Docs. I'm just going to save this so I have it to note. And then can you create some ad creative ideas? I'm actually going to show you something that is working really, really well for us at the moment with the ads that we're running. And I know I've had a look at some of the other creatives that these big guys are running, which is great. And I'll use that for inspiration as well. Okay, carousel is a good idea. Talking head video. Most coaches are running Instagram. Cool. Before, after, side image, left, washed out creative. Testimonial quote, static. So let's say this is a new campaign. What I generally start with is a really, really basic ad. And we've just launched some new ones ourselves that are doing well with this, and just launched some for a couple of clients doing well with this. But you can literally, let's just say, use black as a background. I think it pops a little bit more. You just take the text, use like a clean, simple font. So this is our brand font, but either use your brand font or something that's clean and easy to read. And basically all we're doing here is we're taking the main hook of the ad copy, right? You don't need a big following to get high ticket clients. That's one. We're just going to copy and paste that in here. Now this doesn't look very good right now because the text is too big. So I'm just going to capitalize a couple of words. You don't need a big following to get high ticket clients from Instagram ads. I'm going to play about the color as well. Maybe this looks better on our brand color. Yeah, it pops a little bit more. And then we can do this like 3, 4, 5 times with just different hooks, right? Like get the exact framework we've used to help our generate. This might work well. Get the exact framework we've used to help our clients generate over $35 million in revenue for just $497. One of our best performing ads right now is like get the Instagram ads or get the playbook for running. I think it's get the playbook for running highly effective Instagram ads. This is like one of my best performing ads right now. It's literally just text on the screen. But what you can do from this is you can test the hook, see what's working, and then you can just take this same text, right? Let's just take this and you can create a reel from it, right? So let's say you have a 7-second reel. It's just a B-roll video of you on the laptop or something. I've got a few like this running. And then you just use this as the text overlay. So it's just text over the top. And then you have the main ad copy that they read below. And, you know, if I'm taking inspiration from some of these guys, as we can see, they're doing talking head videos. So what I can also do is use this basically as a script. I might change the language a little bit so it reads off the tongue a little bit better rather than just being read. But I can just use this as a script and create that as a talking head video as well. So you can play about with some of these hooks, you can play about with some of the text, you can play about with the script. And yeah, like just play about with Meta ads library, because if you're stuck and you're like wondering how to get your ads working, I would always start, especially if you're in a competitive niche, competitive industry, I would always start by looking at what your competitors are doing, because especially big people in your space, because rather than going in blind and kind of guessing as to what's working, like you can just go and see, model it, and then make it your own, right? Add your own spin to it, make it unique to your business, your message, your avatar. Because there are some overlaps, right? Like Sabri Subri talks to some of the same demographics I talk to, and so does Alex Hormozy, and there's other people in the space who also do that. And so I can kind of look at their content, I can look at how they're positioning things, I can look at the style, the length, like all of those things is data for me. So I'm not going in blind and just guessing. I can just create stuff based on what's already working. All right. He's talking about big numbers. It's long format. He's talking, he's talking very heavily about discounts, which I'm not a massive fan of. And that doesn't really fit the kind of tone I'm going for, but that's fine. But there's a lot of stuff here, like, got an empty inbox to tire kicker leads, right? That's something that I've said similar language to. And literally people have told me on sales calls as well, like I'm fed up of speaking to tire kickers. I'm getting, unqualified leads on calls, or I'm not generating enough leads, right? These are all things that come up. So some of this language here is universally applicable across industries. And so that's super useful for me to take on board. And, I can then, it's very entertaining. Um, this is kind of like more humorous style videos. I think a lot of these ones now are just to get attention. And this one where he's like, or something. Some of these are really easy, right? Some of these are harder to create and you need a whole creative team, but like some of this stuff is really, really simple ad creative. Like he's just got images of his book, the thing he's selling. I have some ads like that as well, where it's just an image of the playbook I sell. It's like $5. These new style images, those are good as well. And then you can also use ChatGPT to actually create the images as well. Well, I use Sora specifically. So if I come in here, I might be able to see some of the ad creatives I've just kind of been playing about with. Like this, for example, Chad marketer versus C player marketer. I'm struggling to get results. Like these are like funny, engaging creatives that we're using. I think I did one the other day that was like a Simpsons one that I'm running. Let me have a look. Yeah, this one. So this is like a news reporter. So again, going back to kind of creative, I didn't actually see this from Sabri stuff. I saw this from somebody else, but like he's got like a news report style ad here. And I also saw other people using kind of these like animated kind of ads. So I took a photo of myself and uploaded it with this ad prompt. Is like, can you transform me into an animated news anchor, Family Guy style, reading a report, the news, reading reading a report, the news text over the bottom of the screen. I don't think I wrote that properly, but it still came out right. Breaking ad expert doubles revenue for service-based businesses in 30 days, right? So, that's one of the ads. This one on the right is the one I'm using because the spacing on this left one looks a bit weird. But you can play about with AI to create images as well. Maybe I'll do another video on this as well. We've got loads. We've been testing some for clients that are working well. Like I did with this one the other day, which was like really silly. It's like breaking ads. That's spelled wrong, but this left one's good. There's a couple I've done that are like Mark Zuckerberg firing Zuckbucks out of his gun. Stop wasting money on Zuckbucks. Hire an expert to run your ads. Like you can just play about with this and get some ideas. I've also kind of done some like this where it's like, don't set your ad spend on fire, have an expert run your marketing. But again, have a look, see what people in your competition, in your space are doing, see what your competitors are doing, get some inspiration, and then go to ChatGPT and just ask it for inspiration. If you're not very good at this stuff, if you're not creative, if you're not somebody who really knows what they're doing, you're not analytical, you're not creative, you really struggle with marketing, then you need to get somebody on your team to do this. Like hire somebody, hire an A player, whether it's us, whether it's somebody else, get somebody to do this for you because like being creative and making sure your ads are working for most businesses is critical for success, right? Because if you have a bad ad, your cost per click might be triple what it costs if you have a good ad, which means triple the lead cost, which means triple the cost per call, which means triple the cost per acquisition. So if you have somebody actually run your ads properly, then you're going to have all this set up. It's going to work really effectively. If you want to check out how we can help you, click the link below and it'll break down how we work. But if not, if you want to run with this yourself and you want to give this a go, then head to Facebook Ads Library, have a look at everything, use ChatGPT to get some ideas, to regenerate ideas, use Sora to generate some images, use Canva to test some of these text overlays. This stuff all works, but you need to test. You need to set some ads up. You need to spend some budget. You need to see kind of what's working and resonating in your marketplace. If you think about it like a target, going and look at your competitors' ads, that's going to give you the target board, right? But you're not going to hit the bullseye straight away. That's where you test different creatives, different hooks, and you're trying to hit that bullseye. You're not just going to get it out the gate. Nobody's a magician. Otherwise, we'd all be, trillionaires. But this just gives you an idea of like what's working in the market, and it can give you a starting place to work with when it comes to running your ads. So hopefully you found this useful, and I will see you in the next one.